Welcome back to WeKnoLA. We have been on a little hiatus, and this one has been traveling the world with travel phase, whatever that is.
He's just exploiting the third world country.
Honestly.
He was raping and pillaging in Southeast Asia.
I had to escape the campaign,
So,
Hillary and Trump.
now the campaign's over, and we are ready to rock. So the number one thing we have on our list right now is CBE. Communities for a Better Environment. Because we went on the tour, but he didn't. They are fighting for clean air and clean water in the local California region. They have one based out of Northern California and one based here out of Los Angeles in Wilmington, and Carson is where they mainly work out of. The refineries in that area are really toxic to the community. We went on the tour and we saw
The toxic tours.
The toxic
That's what it's
tours.
called.
Like Britney Spears.
Or toxicity of our city. Of our city. So that was my surprise.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Oh, really? Is that what that was?
I've been
That
playing
was
that for a long
awful,
time.
We're building this up for.
Dude, is the system of a down?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so they can't afford housing anywhere else, and they're coming down with all these diseases, which makes their money really not go far anyways. And they're
Essentially, they're trapped in these communities.
And of course, they're in communities, lower income communities, people of color, and it's just sad. And there's neighborhoods, literally with women who all have breast cancer. That's how bad it is. And the refineries aren't doing anything about it, and they don't
CBE?
care. It's called CBE, Communities for a Better Environment. Check it out.
Just a couple comments. You know, let's get into the whole experience of the whole thing, because I mean, yes, they are talking about a good cause. I mean, they want change. Of course, it's good because there's obviously something bad going on in this community. I think the execution of the tour wasn't the best. I mean, as sad to say, I mean, I kind of felt it was dozing off a couple of times because it's the information they give is so intense, and they're just jamming it at you for it wasn't like an hour.
It was
Hours.
hours.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I kind of dozed off a little more than I thought. Okay, but I think they could have done a better job at that. And I don't know. Like, I understand the whole what they're trying to fight for, but there's I don't even know how to argue because it's such a controversial subject.
I mean, these people are doing, excellent work, trying to, bring awareness to the communities, making sure people get the word, they get the word out, so people understand that these communities are affected in such a way that is affecting their health, really. But coming to this tour, I thought we were going to see some radical or some stuff that I had never seen before. And given that I live close to the area, I see this stuff all the time. So when we went on the tour and they were showing us, certain things, I guess I was just so numb or just used to seeing these things that I was not even excited about it. I mean, maybe if a PowerPoint or just something more interactive was given.
Alright, so as someone who didn't go on the tour with you guys, what is something drastic that you learned from that tour that you didn't learn anything else?
I think when it comes to transforming like the energy infrastructure that we have here, we really want to make sure that people know that we don't want jobs to be taken away from anybody. This is in no way, environmental justice is in no way fighting to take away the livelihood or the income of anybody in our community. It's actually to provide healthy or sustainable communities that are healthy. And so in fighting for environmental justice, one of the main things that we want to make sure people know is that we don't want you to not have a source of income. We actually want you to have a healthy source of income. And so we're not fighting against you, we're fighting with you and for you.
Actually, you know what? Remember that there was a guy that actually kind of harassed the group when we stationed somewhere, and then we were getting some information, and this guy just kept on honking and saying to move your car because they were talking about how the people that work at the refinery get like really defensive about that kind of subject, and that kind of shocked me, because
Well, you don't bite the hand that feeds you, so I can understand why they're defensive because they're worried about their jobs and they're worried about supplying things for their family. But this guy was crazy.
So the message out there, CB wants the factories to restructure
Yes.
Their facilities and is there anything they want the community themselves to do?
What happened in the refinery in better areas like
More
Beverly
affluent
Hills,
areas.
more affluent areas, that the problem is taken care of right away. Whereas if it happens in Wilmington or Carson, it takes years. And that is the crummy part, because if it takes years to clean up these oil messes and all this stuff, the people just get sicker. Literally, they took us into a neighborhood in Carson where half of the neighborhood is tented because it turns out the person who bought the area, the developer who made the houses, the oil started coming up through the lawns, and the people were like, what is this? Now the people are stuck in the houses. They can't sell their homes because who the hell wants to live there?
Essentially, they could have, used the information they had more directly to make it better, and that's about it.
Okay, moving on.
And for those of you who voted in California, Prop 67, the ban of plastic bags. And this is also a part of the environment, but it doesn't mean that it was unanimously loved, because only 52% of the people who voted for the ban of plastic bags. One of the major influences for this prop is environmental reasons, because the government spends millions of dollars collecting and cleaning these plastic bags, and they're just taking up so much trash and taking up so much room, and they're everywhere.
I don't see what the big deal is. They're just plastic bags. You could buy the reusable ones. In the neighborhood I live in, they charge us for plastic bags now. So what do we have now? We have the reusable ones, and I don't think it was like a big thing. You guys, I don't know. You guys said you guys read some stuff on the internet.
So apparently California gives out 15 billion plastic bags a year, which is a lot. And I'm definitely for banning them because it's better for the oceans. I mean, these plastic bags get left everywhere. They get torn. They turn into string. Like, animals choke on them and eat them, and it's really sad. But I understand why people are pissed, because it's an inconvenience to them. And 10 cents can add up really fast, especially if you're going to the store many times a week and you have a large family and you decide not to buy the bags, and maybe the bag is like, what, $2 or $10? It just depends on the bags you decide to buy. Well, you have like, you have thermal bags.
It better have wheels.
Yeah, they have like thermal bags that like keep the hot food hot, and then the cold ones that keep the cold food cold.
It's
So
like the whole food stuff.
yeah, so it just depends on where you get your bags and how you want to use them. I do feel bad for people who don't have 10 cents, like where every penny counts and they're penny pinching. And like,
No, hell no. Hey, people have 10 cents, okay? It's not that serious. And
I would rock with the stuff in my hands.
These goddamn bags just end up in the gutter systems, and then they end up flooding the streets when it starts raining heavily, and I hate that. So get them out.
We're our own jurisdiction in Compton, and we've had them for so long, even though LA didn't. And I guess we've been used to it. So I want to see what's going to happen with the people, how they're going to react, and how they're going to deal with it in Compton, because I'm not ready for it.
What are they going to use for their trash cans? Because they're not getting their plastic bags from the supermarket.
That drives up the cost. See? I always reuse my bags. Like you said, I put them in the trash can, the little ones. So like now you
I can't have Superior grocery bags.
I just feel it's just a slight inconvenience now, because people are so used to having plastic bags every time they go to groceries. And I bought reusable bags. They're like $2.79 at Food for Less.
You know how many McChickens that is? That's 2 McChickens.
With maybe a drink.
Maybe. Or a cookie, that's for sure. That's a meal right there, bro.
Yeah. But usually what happens with groceries is once you bring the groceries in the house, you don't think about putting the bag back into your car. So when I go back, I have to buy another bag again. It's just something you have to get used to.
It's just a routine.
It's just a routine. You just gotta get used to it. Yeah, I was dumb for not bringing it back when I went to go buy groceries. But yeah, it's just something people are used to. They want plastic bags. They're like, oh, why do I have to pay for bags now?
Like, it's not that hard, people. Figure it out.
It's an adjustment.
Yeah.
It's an adjustment.
It's
but
an adjustment, yeah.
Come on, California. We gotta get over this.
Or you can just juggle all the groceries in your hand, like I see people do. Yeah.
So moving on, we have HHH, which I'm super excited about, because if you watch WeKnoLA, you know we talked about homelessness and that we need to end it. And this got a 76% vote by the County of Los Angeles, that we're done with homelessness. Like, that's 76%. People are ready to clean up the streets. They are committed, and I love that.
What I wonder is, with this, if they get housing, okay? I wonder if this would make people or cause people to be more lazy and essentially cause more homelessness.
Okay, well, homelessness hasn't improved because we have not been getting people their access to mental health care that they need. And since we have taken away so much of the housing and mental health facilities that were once here, that's why they've been spreading on the streets. And even in more recent times, we've just seen more and more homelessness in Los Angeles, especially in where I live right now in San Pedro. I feel like, oh my gosh, from a year ago to now, it has just been so rampant. I just want them to make sure that they spread the facilities across Los Angeles County. Homelessness is an issue everywhere, not just in, Skid Row. It's everywhere. So it needs to be addressed everywhere and honestly all over. So
I think if they spread it out, there would be a problem that concerns everybody, and I think it would involve a lot more people rather than just segregating them all together, because then they're gonna be amongst each other and it's never gonna get solved because nobody else sees it. Only the people that revolve around that certain area.
So none of your NIMBY. None of your NIMBY.
What does that even mean?
Not in my backyard. People are like, not in my backyard. I don't want that. We need to have that, but not here.
What would you guys think about it? What would you say? Like, let's say they put one of these shelters around where you live in. Do you think maybe your parents would approve it? Your aunties, would they complain?
I mean, fundamentally, like, in terms of ethics, you'd be like, yes, I'm down to help, homeless people, but not where I live, dude. That's messed up, but like, it's not okay for something like this to go up when my parents pay so much in mortgages and, the citywide taxes.
That's what they're
like
saying in Beverly Hills. Will you stop? And not when I pay $1 million.
Well, I'm not saying that my parents or my family has the greatest income, but when my parents work as hard as they do to have whatever they have and, to keep what they have as good as it is, I wouldn't want this to be around my neighborhood.
Of course, this might bring down the value of our homes. I'm not going to lie. It's supposed to be a community, so start acting like it.
Well, most of the homeless, they're going to be grouped together, so it's not like one family or one person has an entire home to themselves, and they don't get to pick their home, and they have to live with the people there with them. And one thing I find troubling with homelessness is, like, people tell them to get a job, but it's hard to get a job if you don't even have an address, and where do they send the paycheck? So this is like a jumping off point for the homeless problem.
All right, so we have a new president, and that comes with a new vice president and a whole new cabinet in Washington now that the election is over. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Mike Pence, the new vice president for President-elect Donald Trump. This guy, I just wanted to bring him to light just because I want people out there to know what this guy is all about. Mike Pence is known to be a conservative religious man with a certain kind of view in terms of abortion and LGBT rights and endorsing certain bills and certain legislations. And this brings really home to me just because I have a lot of friends and I'm myself part of the LGBTQ community, and this guy is really, I guess, against the community. And I just want to let people out there know, really, it's a lot that he's against. He believes in conversion therapy, just radical methods of psychiatric, mediation. Is that what I'm trying to use? And I just really wanted to address the people in my community to not be afraid. To not be afraid of what's going to happen, because we've been through a lot. We've been through worse. We've seen a new page in terms of history with people like us. And yeah, don't live in fear. Keep fighting for your rights and your protection under the law. And just this weekend, Donald Trump gave an interview with 60 Minutes saying that he won't repeal same-sex marriage or marriage equality because he says that is not history, that is said and done. And you know, we need to relax a little and just fight for, you know, keeping the community, people in the community safe.
Yeah, I think our communities have shown that we can, you know, protest things that, I mean, extreme beliefs such as deportation. You know, people are protesting about that, and you know, people support each other, and I think we have integrated well with the LGBT community, and we will all have each other's back, no matter what.
Yeah.
And that is WeKnoLA. So thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the episode. And remember, peace and love.
Like, share, and what else? Comment.
Subscribe.
Give us a thumbs up.
Yes, thumbs up. Don't forget.
And share with your
Right
friends.
there.
Follow us, please.
We'll be more exciting, I promise.
Yeah.